All right, so I'm just gonna go over some markets. Give me a minute. All right, so it was interesting. So basically, you had a puke fest. It went down, and it gave a very small trade on the long side. What happened was basically had this here when it broke support. There was buying activity. But it's very difficult to figure out how much it's going to go. Usually, you think, okay, it's going to tag the breakdown, but this was less than that because of the weakness. So you had here buying activity, right? You had buying activity, came back, pulled back to test. As you know, like clockwork, it rallies and pull back to test, right? So this, a little bit of a higher high with this bar right here. This is a breakout bar. Breakout bar, a lot of heavy pressure and all of that. It's all in here. And what happened is the market pulled back to test. When it pulled back to test, it gave one leg, right? So you just have to just get the hell out and know how and when to get out. Were there any indications that there was some problems? Yes, there was, and this was climactic. How I knew was because of this. Right here, all of a sudden, it went down on heavy volume, so there was a lot of effort right here. And then after that, it rallied. When it rallied on heavy volume, when you have one, two, three, about four, number of waves, and then the big prints come in, there's a high likelihood that it can be a climax. So what you want to do, and this is guidance that Wyckoff had given, was get out on the strong waves, like an exceptional wave, and this is one of those exceptional waves. So the point is, as soon as it goes heavy, and there's a couple of things that can happen. It can be like this, and it'll be climactic, or it can not do a lot of upside movement, and that'll be your effort reward. So right there, and this right here was the breakout of this high. Of this high, you did have a breakout of it right here. But always remember, like, breakout should have follow through, and what you have is a doji right there. It's not a good sign, right? Because there's no follow through, and after that, red. So that itself is also giving you an indication. But the key indication is right here. Right? After that, the market falls back. Do you know that it's going to break down? You don't. You don't. But it's going under support again. So that's not a good sign. If it tags it, goes up, and then breaks, there's a problem. And I know that right there and then, the selling pressure is coming in. Why? Volume increases. So why is volume increasing and price going down? It's because they're going right back on the support. And then it just goes down. Now, where do you find the change? First of all, it's one indication is here. The same logic, okay? You see over here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 waves, high volume. Then when it turns, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 waves. It turns. Here, you should be suspect. Immediately be suspect. And this is your change of behavior right there. Change of behavior, sign of strength, whatever you want to call it, is right there. Okay, now, does that mean you just go, oh, I'm going to buy right away? No, you have to make a call, a judgment call. You don't know if it's going to be right. You don't know what it's going to be wrong. But what you do know is there's climactic action. There's climactic action, and you have some type of bounce. And it pierced the high right here, meaning this is your breakout bar, right? I mean, I see this all the time, and you see that the pressure here is the biggest in 33 bars. After that, it pulls back, the pressure here increases, but it's not going down. So possible minor climax, and that's what it is, and then it bounces and goes up, and that's it. So what's the moral of the story? You had buying at support, had the rally, which didn't last, and you knew to get out because of the heavy volume print on top of multiple waves, telling you that it's possible it could be climactic. You should get out, the at least half. And then over here, the selling pressure came in. What you'll always notice is typically the climaxes and the change of behaviors, they follow one another. So here's your climax, here's your change of behavior. Again, here's your climax, here's your change of behavior. So here you have your buying climax and you have your sign of weakness or change of behavior. Here you have your selling climax and your change of behavior right there. Okay. Is there anything else? Well, there is one other thing. One of the things that you'll see after change of behavior is, yes, it's a climax, but before that, you might get this, which is your secondary test. That secondary test is pretty bad. I mean, we went from 135 to 16. Similarly, you have over here 106 to 29 and then a rally. So there's something not quite right, and you know it because of the attempt to go down on very low volume. I mean, take a look at this. You see the 16? It's less than 135, 34, 80, 49, 116. So it really dried up. It's the lowest print. It was the lowest print of any demand wave up to that time. Here, this is the lowest print of any supply wave. 26 is less than 106, 36, 77, 61, and 35. That's saying something. So, I mean, you could wait for the secondary test, but in my opinion, it's like, just get out, and after that, the market rallies. So what does all this mean? It means that you basically are trying to hold support. So this is just, it broke, gave a little move up and a little move down. And this happens actually in a lot of range-bound markets that have low activity. Is like, does this type of thing. And it's usually not a good thing because the trends are very small. It may last a very short amount of time, but on the positive side, you have multiple trends. So they will enter a state where instead of having one long trend throughout the day, you'll have like 2 or 3 trends, but they'll be very small, but it's 2 or 3 of them, and you have to know how to execute in order to enter. So over here, again, if you want to label it, this would be your change of behavior. This would be your, what would that be? Would be a springboard or your lack of supply right here. How do you know it's a lack of supply? Look at the amount. 90 cents, which is less than 130, 350, 950. That's the lowest print that far from perspective of both time and price. 3 minutes is less than 9.24 or whatever. So the pullback here is very weak, and that's what initiates the move up. After that, you have move down again, very small moves because there are multiple trends here. So one opportunity up, second opportunity down, third opportunity up. Typically, that's what happens in small range days. Yeah. So I mean, it's not really that small, but it is. 1, 2, 3. Here you have your pulse of the market's also increasing, so it's obvious. Right here, boom, 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 boom. Right there or right there, however you want to do it. Boom, right there. Goes up. So what am I looking at? And this also was a key indication, that 33, key indication, and this minor selling climax followed by this reversal. It would have been great if this reversal here had heavy pressure. If it had heavy pressure, no fucking doubt it's going to fly. Because that's exactly where I'm expecting them. I'm expecting them to be close together, but it didn't show it. Let's see what else. I don't really see any effort reward. You know, there's only a shortening of the thrust, but it's not enough. Like, okay, fine, you have some shortening of the thrust here, and then you have this rally, right? Then it pulls back. Possibly this could have been considered effort reward, but I need more. Then you have this higher high here. Here's where you have good, because you make the confirmation, right? You have a change of behavior, pullback, and rally, and whatever. And you have a breakout over here. So this is telling you that, you know, higher prices to come. Boom, boom, like here. Pull back one leg higher, higher prices to come. One leg higher, higher prices to come. What do I see for tomorrow? Well, let's see that you have a chance. I don't know, but I think you have a chance of this high hasn't been taken. Right? So wouldn't surprise me if they at least fill this gap. So maybe a minor bounce, then a break or something like that. Just be ready for it. Where else? Anything else untested? Is that? I'm not sure was this tested. This is, I don't know. We'll just see what happens and just trade accordingly. All right. Okay, but remember, climax, sign of weakness, climax, sign of strength. That's what turns the market. And you see this behaviors all the time, every day, even on different time frames, always. All right, take care, bye.